Hello. One of the areas of food and drink that's most mysterious to a lot of companies is food service. And there's good reasons for that, in essence. It's a complicated channel full of nuance, full of nooks and crannies where people can literally spend a lifetime in one small segment of it, or indeed a large segment of it. And it's comprised of many sub-channels, in essence. So you have hotels, travel, pubs, restaurants, high street cafes, and of course, the public sector itself. And it's a huge sector. It's currently just under 103 billion with very steady year on year growth. So it tends to not have, COVID aside, the ups and downs that the retail sector will have. It tends to be very steady, cumulative growth, despite what you might read about individual sectors and their fortunes wax and wane. Pubs account for the largest share, just under a quarter of the market, followed by restaurants and fast food, which are all around about 18%. So pubs, fast food, and restaurants, effectively nearly two-thirds of the channel. And what I wanted to unpack for you today was the key trends in food service. So there's four meta trends, really. One is what I would call cuisine-led dining. So consumers are really actively seeking global flavors and more authentic culinary experiences. And a walk down any high street will show you that. Secondly, there's an emphasis that continues on HFSS regulations and a really clear shift towards clean label ingredients. Plant-based, remains strong. Again, there's been a lot of commentary around this, but driven by both flexitarians and sustainability concerns added to the hardcore of users. It's a robust category within this sector. And lastly, there is an impact that we're certainly seeing about menu transparency and those regulations. So things around, calorie labeling across chain restaurants, bringing front of pack, what we're used to on front of pack, into menu. So they're the key four trends. Sitting outside of that, of course, there's the economy and the cost of labor and lots of changes to how we work and where we work and when we work. But they're the four sort of core culinary trends, really. And then if I could pick sort of restaurants and pubs, there are nearly 30,000 restaurants in the UK, and Nando's is the biggest, having just under 500 outlets. And then for kind of fast food, 41,000 fast food outlets, and won't surprise you to know that McDonald's has got the largest share with nearly 1,500 outlets. Pubs wise, similar number, 43,000. Where really the dominant model is kind of managed and branded pubs. So Green King, those sorts of chains. And these segments really offer brands high volume potential. But operational efficiency, as you can imagine, is going to be absolutely critical. And in fast food, cost remains a key driver. While for pubs and restaurant chains, they offer more space for premium and value added products. The public sector is a big volume driver in food service, with schools accounting for the most outlets, followed by care homes. And there's a staggering number of meal occasions, far more than most folk imagine. So you think about 7 million meals a day. If you do the maths across the year, that's 2.6 billion meals are expected to be served in the public sector this year, 2025. And there's over 650 meals served annually in care homes, and twice that number in schools. So you get that feeling that it's a huge amount of occasions and day moments. And it's overlooked, frankly. Is it because it's unglamorous? Is it because it's difficult? Is it because it's very cost driven? But whatever it is, this sector offers significant volume, although, as you can imagine, it's typically highly cost sensitive. However, there is room for premiumization in specific areas of the public sector. So I'd call to mind, private care homes, academies, university catering, where there is opportunity for added value and choice within the system. And I know for a fact that private care teams are seeking local, high quality local products with provenance. And there's an opportunity also in event led nostalgic offerings as well to that segment. And nutritional requirements are central to success in care homes. So these are things like fortified meals, texture modified diets, diabetic friendly options, and support for both cultural and religious needs in the assortment that's given to the operators. If we turn to contract catering, They are crucial volume drivers. So think Compass, almost 2.4 billion on revenue, Sodexo, SSP. And securing those listings often requires targeting both the operator and their procurement partners, so folk like Foodbuy or Equinox. And lastly, if we think about supply chain and routes to market in food service, for most food service suppliers, as you can imagine, wholesalers are the key route to market. The UK wholesale market is worth 34 billion, with approximately a third of that going into food service and catering. And the key players here, the ones you will have no doubt heard of, Booker, Costco, Brakes, Best Way, Bid Food, are the leaders. And there's a tier of geographically focused competitors, sectorally focused, and if you like, kind of interest group as well that may split on ethnic or kind of food culinary values lines. So for me, a successful food service strategy requires a dual approach, a push where you're working directly with these end operators to build demand, securing those listings, and then a pull where you're collaborating with wholesalers to ensure product availability and distribution. And it's that combination of a push and a pull that can get your products into the chain and into people's hands. And food service supply chains, because of that dynamic of push me, pull me, often involve multiple stakeholders. It is more complicated than a straightforward retail contract, including procurement partners and third party buying groups. So, therefore, understanding who the decision makers are across the chain is critical to getting listed and staying listed. Please have a chat with us if you'd like to take further your exploration of food service. We'd be delighted to help.